Hello, beautiful young ladies and handsome, brave gentlemen. In this video, we're going to answer the question, what happens when I graph two lines on the same plane? Well, to answer that shortly, what happens is typically, 9 times out of 10, they meet up somewhere. So for example, this blue line and this pink line, they seem to meet up right here at that point. What is that point? Well, the point that they meet, we call it the point of intersection, or the POI for short. So what's the POI of these two lines? The point of intersection is -2, +2. -2 on the x, +2 on the y. That's the POI, the point of intersection. So when we're given two lines, our job today is going to be graphing those two lines and seeing where they meet, where they intersect. So let's get started. Let's get rid of all this garbage. And let's get going. So this first equation, y equals 1/2 x minus 2. If you've been watching the videos up to this point, this is going to be a breeze for you because you already know where to find the slope and you already know where to find the y-intercept. The slope in this case is 1/2, meaning I'm going to move up 1 over 2. The y-intercept in this first equation is -2, meaning I'm going to begin on -2 and move up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, until I've got enough to make a confident straight line, like so. This is line 1. Now we're going to graph line 2 and see where they intersect, see where they meet. Once again, it's as simple as finding that m right here to the left of the x. M is -5/2, meaning I'm going to go down 5 over 2. And b is on the right side, right here. b equals 4. So let's begin at 4 on the y-axis and move, I'm going to do it in a different color, down 5 over 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. And look at that. It's the same point. Let's do another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. It seems to line up perfectly on the exact same point. What is that point? Well, that point is the point of intersection, obviously. Oh. But that point specifically is 2, -1. That is our point of intersection. What's the POI? The POI is 2, -1. Box it, ship it out. There's your answer. Let's do another one. All right. We've got y equals -2, x plus 3. Well, we know where the m is. It's right there. M equals -2. But we know in order to use m, we need to keep it as a fraction, so I'll put it over a 1. Meaning I'm going to go down 2, I'm going to move over 1. The b is to the right always. So, well, not always, but we like to keep it to the right. b here is 3. So let's begin at 3 and move down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. Down 2 over 1. And do this until I've confidently got a nice straight line. Down 2 over 1, that's good. Awesome. This is line 1. Let's graph line 2. Well, line 2 is one of those exceptional lines, a line without an mx in it. It's just the b. And if you remember from our last video, that just means we're going to begin at this point on that axis. So begin at 9 on the y-axis. And then I'll draw a straight line. In this case, we don't have little points for it to go to. Like we don't have that it's going through the exact same point. But that doesn't matter because we can just follow the lines and see where they meet up. They meet or intersect right here. That is our poi. What is it specifically? Well, it's -3 on the x-axis and +9 on the y-axis, 3, 9. So what's the poi? The poi is -3, 9. Box it up, put some tape, wrap it up, send it out for Christmas. There we go. Right on. Let's do one more. Here we've got my m right here, 3/2, but we don't have a b. Or rather, we do, we're just lazy and we didn't write it. If there's nothing there, remember that b is 0. Let's do it. I'm going to move 3/2, or up 3 over 2. And I'm going to begin at 0. So there we go. Beginning at 0 and moving up 3 over 2. Up 3 over 2. Up 3 over 2. Until I can get a nice, straight, beautiful line, like so. Line 1. Now let's graph line 2. The m is right here. M is, coincidentally, also 3/2, meaning I'm once again going to go up 3 and over 2. At least the b is different. The b is 6. So let's see what happens here. We'll begin at 6, and we'll move up 3 over 2. And it looks like I've run out of room to go up 3 over 2, so I'm going to do the opposite on the other side and go down 3, left 2. This is just a little trick to extend your line. If you run out of room in one direction, you can always go in the opposite direction. And it looks like, it was looking like I made a mistake somewhere. Over 2. There we go. I was noticing my line was kind of crooked. You don't want crooked lines. You want straight lines. Excellent. And draw a straight line like this. Well, shoot. They didn't intersect. And in fact, it doesn't look like they'll ever intersect. They seem to be going the exact same direction at the exact same rate. And that's because they have the exact same slope. See, lines that have the same slope are what we call parallel. You ever hear of parallel parking? That's when you park alongside the curb. You don't want to crash into the curb. You want to be next to the curb. Or parallel streets. You know how cars are always driving on opposite sides of the road and one's going forward, one's going down, but they try not to crash into each other. They only crash into each other when they don't follow the lines. That's because parallel lines never intersect. So what's the point of intersection for parallel lines or lines with the same slope? Well, there is none. And so the answer to a question with parallel slopes is none. I think that's going to wrap it up for this video, ladies and gentlemen. Really, finding the point of intersection is pretty straightforward if you already know how to graph lines. And if you don't, I really suggest you watch the last 2 videos and practice with the homework on Google Classroom. In the next video, we're probably going to do something else related to lines. I don't know yet, but I'll see you there. Okay? Farewell.